Look at the mountains and can you? Oh my God! Do you see the mountains in the background?
She looks good, man. She's doing good. She's sounding good. She's riding good.
We're in the foothills of Appalachia now, boys. It is beautiful out here. Hey, welcome to downtown Akron. We've been riding for a little over an hour now. The sun has finally come up, but it's still in the 50s. I am just freezing cold. I have to keep on telling myself, like, it's cold, but it'll get warm eventually. Like, you gotta embrace the road trip, you know? Like, you gotta appreciate the less than ideal times to appreciate the good times. It is absolutely freezing out here, though. Huh. I haven't ridden in 55 degrees since like February, to be totally honest with you. Like, it's cold in Ohio. It is cold in Ohio. There's a reason why I left. Oh, I mean, I don't know how Ohioans deal with these crap roads. Like, every like 100 yards there's this giant hunk of chunk like divot in like like that. It's just like F your balls. Oh God, how does this even happen? Like, why is this like this? Fix it. Ugh, man, it's kind of starting to hurt my back too. Ugh, I don't get it. Oh God, it hurts. Fix your roads, Akron. I talk like I'm a taxpayer here. Oh, welcome to Canton, home of the Pro Football Hall of Fame and a lot of gang violence. It's still freezing right now. My hands started going numb. I don't even know if it's 50 degrees at this point. It's freezing out here. The southern guy is not used to handling cold weather anymore, that's for damn sure. By the time I get down to Raleigh, it's gonna feel like I just got to like a tropical island. So I decided to end up actually taking highways back instead of doing secondary roads again, because honestly I really don't like backtracking, and like every time I'm backtracking it always feels like I'm like wasting time, or like, you know, like I'm just trudging instead of enjoying it. So I decided to take highways back just to see how the bike does on predominantly highways on the way back, do different roads, and hopefully get back a little bit sooner than last time, because I'm not really in the mood to be in the saddle for 13 hours today. I'd rather be in the saddle for about 8 or so, 8 or 9, and then get home and see my girl and my dogs. Here is the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Yes, that is what the Pro Football Hall of Fame looks like. Kind of like a high school, to be totally honest with you. Every once in a while, a pro football game gets played there, I believe. To be honest with you, so I was checking my tires before I ended up, you know, getting out first light this morning, and like my front tire was down like 14 pounds, and I guarantee that it's from the cold weather and like hitting all these bumps everywhere. Wild how bumpy these roads are. I am not used to crappy roads. I mean, it's not like they're like bumpy, like the whole thing's like potholed or anything, but there's just like ripples of just upheaved concrete that's just like, you hit it and just like clunk clunk. It's like, damn. I think we're about 50 miles in. I keep on pushing.
Oh man, what's up guys? I am about 130 miles into this trip so far. It's freezing. It's freezing out there. Like, I just hit 60 degrees, and I know that sounds like I'm being a little girl, and I know I am being a little girl, but when you're rolling and it's like 50, 58, 59 degrees it's been all morning, and you're going 70 miles an hour for the last 3 hours, it's cold. It is cold. But I'm making great time so far. 130 miles in, I'm like 145 from Charleston, which I generally consider to be my halfway point. So I'm already 145 miles away from my halfway point, and it's like 9 a.m. So it's not that long of a drive. You're just gonna kind of tough through the cold for a little while. I don't know if you guys can see the clouds behind me. They look sort of questionable. I don't want to even look at the radar right now. I don't want to look at the radar right now, because if I start getting stuck in like torrential downpour and it's like barely 60 degrees, if not 59 degrees, I'm not going to be having a great time. But you know, it's all part of it. It's all part of being on the road, you know, facing challenges, overcoming challenges, challenging yourself, challenging your equipment. It would just be what it is, you know. I wouldn't complain about it. I would just push through it. More Fati, right? My rain gear on just to break the wind a little bit. I'm not gonna helmet. I haven't had any rain yet. My nose will not stop running because basically, I don't even know what the wind chill is. I don't know what the wind chill is, 70 miles an hour at 59 degrees. It can't be warm. It's probably in the 40s, maybe even in the 30s. Started shivering a lot of the time. It's August. It's August, and I'm out here shivering. It is what it is, you know. Bike's doing great as always. There's a little bit of a police presence right now out, so I don't know what they're doing, and I'm a little bit nervous because I don't know if you guys have seen this. Yeah, that's my arts and crafts project. That is my plate right now, because last time I was coming into Ohio, my plate blew off in like a sideways rainstorm. So I'm just trying to warm up my hands a little bit, and change up some batteries, and I'm gonna get back on the road again. About 50 miles away from the Ohio border. So I remember when I used to do a lot of road trips and stuff, I always want to be out of Ohio by noon. So I'm not only going to be out of Ohio by noon, but I might even be most of the way through West Virginia by noon. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Depending on how I feel, I might go from West Virginia and start hitting secondary roads after Charleston, just to get out in the country. It'll be basically like straight down to Charleston and like 45-degree angle over to Raleigh. So we'll see what I feel like doing. The highway is not that bad. All right, guys, I'm gonna continue chiming in. We're gonna do some chiming in on the road, and then we're gonna do some chiming in on these stops. Thanks for being here.
Here comes the rain. Roads start getting wet. That means it's gonna start raining soon. I was hoping to get a little bit further before I got rained on this time, but I've been lucky so far. Eat most of the rain on the way up. On the way down, I think West Virginia is gonna be pretty rainy. It just is what it is. It comes with riding motorcycles, to be honest with you. If you can't ride in the rain, then you don't ride. At least we're on the highway right now instead of on the back roads. At least on the highway, you're just kind of straight, and it's like you can still push the speed limit. If I was on the back roads right now and trying to push through this, and it was getting wet, and I had a 570-pound motorcycle that doesn't have ABS or traction control, we'd be slowing down a lot instead of just a little. So I'm still pretty grateful right now. I love it. Gotta stop real quick. It's starting to rain. Camera's starting to get wet. Can't have that. Alright, hopefully we'll be able to get through this rain and get back to updating. See you guys in a minute.
What's up, guys? Paramoto here, chiming in after what I can only call about 350 miles in a washing machine. As soon as I hit West Virginia, all the way through Virginia, it's been nothing but rain, and it's been cold, talking 59 degrees, pouring rain. Just, I'm drenched. I feel like literally the only way I can put it is I feel like I've been in a washing machine for the last several hours, since like 9 a.m. It's like 2 right now, so for 5 hours I feel like I've been in a washing machine. Bike is doing good, even though it's super dirty. Guys, take a look at this. Just super dirty. Like, look at these pipes. Look at those pipes. They're just dirty, 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 dirty. My hands are like, if you check out my hands, they're dyed black and so pruny I can barely even use them. But we're about 150 miles away from home. I stopped to grab something to drink, a snack real quick, and to try to warm up. It's been stupid cold. For August 31st, it is really cold out here, especially on a bike. If somebody can do this, if somebody smarter than me, which is basically all of you guys, could figure out what the wind chill is, 70 miles an hour when it's 59 degrees out, I would really like to know, because it's ridiculous. I'm like sitting here like teeth chattering, you know, for hours and hours. At one point, I was shivering so bad, my bars were shaking back and forth, and it looked like a little mini tank slapper going on. It has been a rough ride. I'm not complaining though. I'm not complaining. You always ride when it's nice out. You never appreciate it because it's just always nice. You ride because it's nice. Instead, you should ride when it's crappy. That way you can appreciate the nice times more. And I think that goes through with everything in life. But I'm gonna try to get the GoPro on the helmet and try to actually do some moto vlogging instead of just chiming in like this. This is not what the plan has been for this section of the video. I really wanted to go through. We missed a bunch of cool stuff in West Virginia. West Virginia is a beautiful state. There was at one point, clouds looked like they were like water falling off a mountain. It was amazing looking, but I couldn't film it because it was driving rain. Thank God we're in North Carolina. thank God, because it looks like it's warming up. It looks nicer, so hopefully things will be better from here. Hopefully the last 150 miles we can get comfortable. But other than that, the ride has been amazing. I'm just happy to be out here. Let's get back on the road.
Alright guys, I really hope this camera works. It got kind of wet because I put it in pocket instead of putting it in this bag. I put it in the pocket of a waterproof jacket that I'm wearing. I was hoping that would keep it wet, or keep it dry. Apparently the pockets on a waterproof jacket are not nearly as waterproof as the jacket itself. If you guys know about this plate has been on ever since Ohio. And if it makes it all the way back home on another 141 miles, I might frame it. I'm not really sure. I literally could frame this thing. Something happened over here? No, it's just dirty. It's just dirty. If anything, you get scratches and dings on a road trip, it's a souvenir. Okay, so that's closed up. It's closed up. This is tight. This is like the first attempt at like a legitimate moto vlog since we've been out on the road. You know the feeling like when you jump into a pool with your clothes on, and then all you have to wear afterwards is the same clothes, and like they sort of never dry out and they feel disgusting. That's kind of what everything feels like right now. But 141 miles to go. We've done like, I think we've done 400 miles. I think we've done 400 miles so far today. It's just about 3 o'clock. This leg has been literally almost entirely ruined by rain. You know, like it's been nothing but driving rain and cold the entire time, and I haven't had time, or I haven't had the opportunity to actually motovlog because this camera is not waterproof. So when your camera is not waterproof, you can't motovlog. Like, I just really freaking hope that I did not ruin this GoPro, because I just got it. If I ruined it, I'm gonna be a little upset at myself. Ugh. I'm already cold. I'm already cold. It's just having cold things on. And even if it's like in the 70s like it is right now, like I have cold crap on. Like I have wet cold crap on right now, and there's nothing I can do about it. Ugh. I almost want to go to a store and buy new clothes right now, like just to be dry, just to be not freezing anymore. I'm already starting to chatter, like ugh. We're 139 miles away from home, and we are going to push through. We are not quitting. I am proud of myself for sticking with this. There were so many times coming down where like the rain was just driving so hard and it was so cold, and then the rain would drive harder and I would just be like, I'm not quitting. You're not making me quit. Like, I don't care. I'm not stopping. You can't make me stop. Just like Joe Dirt says, you gotta keep on keeping on. I think this right here, 400 miles, is gonna be about my limit for any sort of road trip. Right now, I've proved to myself that if I decide to do a long distance road trip, you can absolutely do this 400, 450, 500 miles in a day without a problem. We've gone 1,158 miles so far in this road trip. We're gonna break 1,200 for sure. Oh man, I can't believe we're doing this. I just can't believe we're doing this. Starting to dry out a little bit. I smell a little bit like a wet dog. I wish I could have shared more of this trip with you guys. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but it's something that you just gotta deal with. It's just part of life, you know? Like, sometimes it rains, sometimes it's cold, sometimes you don't get to do exactly what you wanted to do, but you just gotta make the most of it, you know? Like, if I gotta make this video, one video, that's fine. I kind of wanted to make several out of this trip, but I got up to Ohio and I focused on hanging out with family. And you know, the times that, you know, I had to go explore were just, you know, I think one day it drove rain all day long, like sideways rain, and it was just like make lemonade out of lemons, and I'd hung out with my family and just people I haven't seen in a couple of years, and I'd rather be doing that than riding around the town aimlessly, you know, because I can ride around aimlessly anytime I want in Raleigh. Even though I really liked doing it in Cleveland, it is what it is, you know, it is what it is. I probably won't have too many more road trips for the rest of this year. I do plan on doing road trips and making it at least a once or twice a year thing of going on a long trip, getting out and being independent. You know, it's been great. It's been a fantastic experience. It really has been. I'm gonna do this stuff more. Absolutely gonna do this stuff more. I'm gonna chime in again in a little bit. Finally see some blue sky. Hopefully this last 127 miles will be the most enjoyable 127 miles I've ever done. I don't know. I'm just happy to be here right now. I'm just, you know, I feel like at this point, after going through everything I've gone through today, seeing jackknife semi-trailers, I think I got a face full of diesel from him, 350 miles of the rinse cycle, blind turns in dense fog. I feel like I've earned this 127 miles. 127 miles is gonna be mine.
As you can see, we are raining again. So this is where I'm cutting off the last bit of this video. Rain, more rain. I'd say in 600 miles, we've probably done 470 of it in rain.
I'll do an ending to this video, but I can't do vlogs anymore. Like, it's non-stop raining. It won't stop. Anyway, I'll see you guys in a minute.